Yeah.
Literally just starting my day. How are you?
Uh, it's another day. Oh, do you see that we have a viewer from where are they? They're right now and they're in Cozumel. Hey.
Yeah, that's Lala. she's she's on the beach with the free Wi-Fi. I think I read.
Oh, cool. I'm a little jelly. Hey, Stephen. Hey, Susan. Hey, Black Lavender. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Commentary Zone, noontime edition. Ah, jeez. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like what I always forget to do. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. Okay, so on the docket today, geez, let me get my act together. So not with it today. Happy Monday, y'all. The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 19, Reunion Part 2. What'd you think, Jamal?
Honestly, overall, I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
mad at it. To be completely honest, I kind
Mm-hmm.
of laughed. I laughed at a lot of the segments, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't angry at it.
They jumped around a lot, which kept my attention. Um, it, my biggest thing was, as much as Candace says some really foul things, I think she made a lot of great points in this episode on calling out others on what they do. Um, and how is hers as bad when you compare it to others and what they've done. Um, it's interesting.
Like for you, which points was it? Like which points stood out to you the most?
Like when she said all of them body shame. When she told Giselle that she took Robin up in the Oz to and it looked like Robin was gonna, lay hands. Um, you know, uh, there were a lot of things that she said. What I was disappointed in, and I shouldn't even say disappointed. I'm not disappointed in her. I'm disappointed that she hasn't been able to come to terms with what Ashley did with writing that statement. But is it, and then I thought about it, and then I was like, meaning the statement with Monique and
Right.
stuff. But then I started really thinking about that. Didn't she have issues with Ashley like before that statement?
Yeah, they were in a bad place. I remember she threw a knife at her at the at her house.
Right. So why is it that she's just holding on and still crying over that? You obviously had issues with Ashley, and I would like to get to the bottom of that because they are so similar. They are both married to white men, and yet Candace comes at Ashley with these inflammatory comments
I
that
think it.
really don't rest easy with me, and I think it's because I'm mixed race.
I
Some of the
think what
comments that she's laid really don't rest easy with me.
I think what it is that she looked at Ashley. I guess she and Ashley were good friends at one point. Similar with her and Monique, which again, the common denominator with all her issues is her. So she's. I don't think she's ever been made to take accountability for anything, and that's a problem.
How old is she
That's a
again?
problem. 36, 37.
Oh, okay. But yeah, and look, I just saw Susan Dawson's comment. I think it's all fake. Then you see that picture of the two of them at Fashion Week, and they're having a great old time.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, if I haven't let go of something with a person, with an individual, I don't put myself in situations with that individual. Maybe it's mean and petty
Same,
on my
same. I
part.
don't.
I can't be that fake because my face gives me away all the time, right?
Hmm.
So I don't I maybe that's why I don't understand that whole dynamic. Cuz I'm only seeing it from how I operate. Um maybe if somebody were paying me to be in contact with them, it might be different, but nobody's paying me anything. So, I just find I find a lot of what Candace says hard to swallow. I really do. But yet I can't help but say, girl, that was a good point. That was a good point.
Hmm.
She makes viable points. And Ashley, I have a bone of contention with Ashley, and maybe this is just the way how I see the world. When they brought up the issue of colorism, and when Wendy asked her if there is no colorism on this cast, and she said no, I was like, wait, what? And it's not because it's just that their colorism is. So how can you exclude it from just this one little place? That's not true.
I think what she's saying is this, and I think the problem is this. She's not. She wasn't comfortable saying what needed to be said. And I don't understand how could she say colorism doesn't exist within the group when they refer to Giselle and Robin as green eyed bandits. So I didn't understand that take. And then what she's saying is that like she hasn't. She's looking at it from her perspective, like, well, I haven't seen anything as pertaining to this group. Well, you're not going to because you're of a lighter skin color. So
But
I'm
I'm
going to
of
need
a
you
lighter
to
skin color and I can see it. I can see when I do it.
she can see it. She can't see it because she's in it. That's just I've noticed that people as I've gone through life, like when you're in something, I'm like, can you not see what's really here? And you all refer to my whole bone of contention is the fact that they all refer to them as the green eyed bandits, and there's a reason why you do that. You may and you can't say you don't understand why they're called the green eyed bandits.
I just eesh. Those were the two standouts for me. Like I really try with Candace. I really do. I think she could be a great character. I just think she needs to like a reality TV character. I don't know who she is as a person individually, but I want her to kind of learn how to control what she does. And all of the things between Karen and Giselle saying, look, this is how it's done. I think that's just going to take her further away from listening to anything that y'all have to say. I
You
don't
know
think
what?
she's going to take any of that in.
Mm-mm. Oh, they're trying to help her too. That's the thing. They're really trying to guide her. And I think you said this in the past. You know, Giselle, Karen, Ashley, they know the assignment and they deliver on the assignment. Candace is not delivering on the assignment. You can't have had
Mm.
problems with everyone on the show and everyone else be the problem.
I try with her. I really do. I try with her. Steven, why aren't you sure if you like Wendy or not? I have a hard time understanding colorists.
So,
Is that
Stephen, within POC, people of color, like within our race, um, we it's colorist is it's adjacent, but colorist is basically racism within a cult within one's own race. Like for example, and it works. And the thing is that it works both ways.
mm-hmm.
Because growing up in school, you would people who are mixed race or who are very fair skinned, they they got really bullied by the darker skinned black folks because they weren't black enough. Like they were seen as less than because they weren't full black. And but people don't want to talk about that part of colorism. They only want to talk about it one way when it's light skin towards dark skinned people. It goes both ways,
Mm-hmm. And
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 it's bad.
when I say like some of Candace's comments rub me the wrong way, when she refers to someone as an overseer and a milkmaid, um, honestly, those are terms that harken back to a time where people of color were enslaved, and the lighter skinned people who were probably byproducts of our people like me were in the house and were used as nurses, wet nurses for children that weren't theirs. It's just really hard. um I don't know why she would feel it was okay to use those kinds of terms. I just don't. Anyway, she knows how to cut deep. She owned up to it. um Wendy's trying to be there for her. It's nice that she does have someone who is still trying to support her.
Hmm.
But you're running out of allies. When are you going to turn on Wendy? That's like how I would feel if I was on this cast. If she hadn't attacked me, when is my turn?
Right.
Yeah, it's just like I really try for her. I really try to have an understanding for everyone on each of these casts. I really do. But she makes it really, really, really hard with some of the things that she says. And, I think I have a pretty thick skin. But when I sit down and think about what she says, it does rub me the wrong way. Oh my! What makes her comments worse? I thought, mom shaming. I didn't realize that stuff about. Yeah, and the overseer comment isn't good either. Um, I wish she would get it together. I just wish she would. She can do better, and I'm not sure why she doesn't. I think that's what's most irritating for me with her. She can be so much better, and I guess I feel like she chooses not to be, and she takes the lazy way out.
Right. And the funny thing is, she's saying like, oh, like I'm a word, I'm good with my words. I'm like, no, you're just insulting. It takes no talent to be insulting. Karen and Giselle have the shade down pat because anyone can insult somebody. Like true shade.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were of the me personally, what I would have done if I was Mia, for example, I would let Candace know, like, you know what, I got something for you. And what you do is you take out a replica of Dorothy's purse, the one that she hit Candace in the head with. That's that's shade. That's what you do. That's how you do it. I got something for you right here. This purse. Keep talking.
Poor Mia. Did she say something about you deserve a whip ass, but it ain't gonna be from me?
Yeah.
Then don't bring it up if it ain't gonna be from you.
Right.
Whatever. What else happened on this episode? Hold on. It'd be good if I looked at notes. Not that I really took great notes. Did Mia say that she wears size 12 shoe?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, girl. Mm. And they talk about Mia being the disaster on social media, and she's taking ownership for what was said, but yet still blaming it on the social media manager who happens to be her friend.
But she still said remember she still said she stands by everything that was put out there. So I'm like, well, there's not much you can do with that.
Mm. They asked Scala about the classist comment that she made regarding Mia, and I think she gave a really good explanation. She was just like, everything that comes out of her mouth is just like about money and business,
Hmm.
and can you talk about something else?
Right.
Um, And then Andy dismisses her. She was there for like 2 sentences and then she was gone. 3 eye rolls
Yeah,
and 2 sentences. And by all of that, she had nothing. Like, did they edit all the rest out? Like, what? I hope she got
exactly.
paid the whole day.
Same.
Um, let's see. They take a little break, and that's when we see Wendy visiting Candace. Um, Wendy says her low is everyone else's hell. Good Lord. You know, there is no changing Candace until Candace wants to make a change. And they can try and give her examples and try to counsel her and be there for her. I just don't think any of it will sink in until she's ready to hear it.
Nope.
Mm-mm-mm. Then they come back, and I guess it's like the Karen and Giselle moment. And Andy asks about the fiery box. Um, and Karen is so stupid. She apologizes to Hampton University.
That was too funny. I'm sorry.
But she doesn't apologize for Giselle being a broken hoe, because that was out there. Okay. Um, then they bring up something about Wendy eyeing down Giselle's daughter Grace on the day of the reasonably shady event. They show, oh, and it seems like they are showing the clips to the cast while they're on the show, which is great. Yay.
Yeah.
Um, what did you think about the look that Wendy gave Grace? Like, I didn't see anything mean, but I only watched it once. Did you pick up on
Right.
anything?
No, I only watched it once too, so I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. If you know what I mean. I didn't see anything just that struck. Opposite, I didn't see anything that struck me as like disrespectful or rude.
Yeah, I didn't either. So I thought I probably missed it. So okay. Did y'all in the live chat, did y'all see anything in Wendy's look towards Grace? Um and Candace was still all about her. That usually changes when you have kids. Oh. I don't think Candace is going to have kids. That's just my feeling on that.
Mm.
I don't think she'll ever be ready for kids. Um
I don't think. Yeah, I think there comes to a point where, and this is just my take on things. Now, I knew, like, but I knew at an early age, though. I'll be honest. I knew at an early age that kids were just not for me, and that's not the life I wanted for myself. Just a lot of things I've seen. Just growing up and understanding, like, okay, I don't have these reference points, so we grow with those reference points, like dad not being there, which is I don't think was a bad thing. Like
mhm.
not really seeing any successful marriages, honestly. So when you see those things, like I may not be emotionally um prepared, or that I don't have the emotional resources to do that. And I got older, I'm like, being an only child, liking my space, not liking too many people around me. You know what? Kids just may not be for me. And I made that choice back in my mid 20s. Like, yeah, I don't. My life is for me, and I'm good with that.
I wonder if Mama Dot like ever brought up, oh, are you gonna have kids and stuff like that? And she's figuring in her head, well, I'm just not gonna have kids just to spite you.
Mm.
It's a level of immaturity that I can see her going to.
Oh, of course.
Um, so yeah, I didn't see that. Andy did say that it was nice seeing Giselle and Karen getting along. And he asked if they could say something nice about each other. And for the first time, Giselle actually gets emotional, and she says that she she really felt a way with Karen being nice to her girls when they did the reasonably shady event. She goes, despite everything that was going on with them as two women, when her girls came into the event, Karen jumped up and gave all of them a hug. They showed the video footage of it, and Karen said, I am here for kids, and that's a grown person. Me and you might be having beef, but I'm not
Hmm.
going to take it out on your kids, and I'm not going to
Right.
display that in front of your kids, and Giselle really felt touched by that. I think it was the only time that she was actually a little bit open and unguarded, was
Right.
in that moment. And Karen said, we're both mothers, where we have a commonality, and I really appreciated that moment. And then they did the hug thing, and Giselle was kind of like groping her and dry humping her. I don't know, it was really awkward. And Giselle thought it was funny, but okay.
Hmm.
uh. But the moment before that, I thought was genuine and sweet, and the a little bit of Giselle was open, a little. Let's see. Then we move on to Ashley's package, I guess. Um, they talk about her having the new baby, and how she handled like preventative care for the postpartum, the placenta, and how she got through it. And she said the older boy, she would just look at him, and he would help her a lot. The placenta pills that she took. Um, I just think that she had a better handle on it, being a second time mom.
Oh yeah, she knew what to
Yeah.
she knew what she was in for. So I
And she
think that
had
really
help.
helped.
And she
Hmm.
had help. Both Michael and the babysitter nanny lady. She had help. The first time, I think she was overwhelmed as a first time mom, and she was trying to do everything on her own.
Which never works.
Yeah. Let's see. And she said that hold on. No. Andy asked about Michael being a movie producer, and Wendy asked what type of movies, and they
Right.
ignore it. But then the next question from a viewer is Michael getting into porn? And Ashley's like, lying. I never thought of that. Liar.
Like
We all thought of it.
we all did. Quit playing.
um and let's see. Ashley says that they're having sex again. Giselle asks if she's back into women, if she's doing the women again, and she's not taking that off of the table. Then we bring back up the body shaming thing again, and ask about the wide body comment from Candace, and how is that different from what Michael said to her in the car about her getting back into shape. I didn't like Ashley's response. Because to me,
So,
they were both body shaming.
but here's the I don't
He
see it
could
as
have said it better.
yeah, but I don't think it was body shaming because the reason why I'll say is this because she didn't feel that way. Because I'm not going to tell someone how they need to feel about what was said about them. He just made comments that like it's good that you're getting back into shape, blah blah blah. And Ashley herself said that she's brought that up to him herself. So I'm like, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Like, because he said even when he first said it in the scene, I saw him like, whoa, that was kind of harsh. That was kind of rude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then she didn't look shocked. She just looked like, oh, okay. And then to hear her say, like, what, he's not saying anything to me. He didn't say anything to me I had not already brought up to him. I'm like, oh, okay, that's more context. That makes sense.
Here's the thing. I'm not taking it on how she should feel. I'm taking it on how I'm receiving it. And the same way that when Candace said, "You brought your wide body self up," I was like, "Wait, huh?" She just had a baby.
But it's also
And
it's
then,
also not to cut you off, but it's
mm,
also who's saying it.
true, true. But here's why I'm saying this. When he said to her, "And you're also getting back into shape," her face, she was like, and then she looked out the window. And I was like, wow, I would expect my husband to just accept me no matter what. And if it were me, I think I would feel the comment more from my husband than I would from a coworker friend. I would feel it more from my husband.
But there's
And
go ahead.
I'm just taking it from the way how I perceive the comments and not
Hmm.
how she perceived them. Yes, she says that she's spoken to him before about it. I guess they have that honest relationship where they can say anything to each other and they're fine with it. Um, if I'm in a postpartum state and hormones are still high, you better be careful how you're talking to me and what you're saying to me with regards to my body after I just pushed out a watermelon.
True, but she also said like a lot of the relationship is built on the physical. So when she made that statement too, I'm like, I'm not surprised at what he said. I can't be surprised. I can't be upset because this is how you guys get down. This is y'all are physical with each other. Y'all are you like she said they are a physical couple. I'm like, okay, makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense
Then
to me. That
don't say that on the camera.
right,
Don't say that
but
on the camera.
but in
Because
all
people like
fairness,
me are like,
But in
what?
all fairness, that's what we look for, though. If we're being honest, like
Mm.
we can't. This is why I was saying, like we kind of can't pick and choose when we want our honesty. Either we want to hear what our characters really have to say, or we don't.
I
And we
know.
can't run around here picking and choosing. Like, oh my God, they were like, I don't like what they said, but they were being honest. Like, well, like because when they lie, we get mad. So we kind of can't have it both ways. We have to you know, be like, okay, like, I may not have liked it, but I respect it.
Wait, when Karen told Giselle that she was a good mom, look, those three girls that Giselle have are beautiful young ladies.
Yes.
She has done something right.
Yeah.
Um, I can't fault Karen with saying that Giselle's a good mom. And she's there. She's known Giselle for
10
10
plus years.
years. Yeah. So it's the majority of those girls' life. And Giselle's been doing it on her own as a single parent. So I give kudos to Giselle for raising three beautiful young ladies. Aw. Let's see. Okay, so this is where the colorist issue comes up. Um, who started it? Candace?
I think so.
Candace made the first comment, and then Ashley was like saying, "We need to get this colorist situation sorted." Um, I like it better when Giselle and Karen are on good terms. Hmm. Yeah, but I still like them taking jabs at each other. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like when it gets to be really, really bitter like this season was. But when there's friendly back and forth between the two of them, I have no problem with it. Candace says that Ashley has privilege because she has lighter skin and a less coarse hair curl pattern. Um, and Ashley, was that when Ashley said, "I can't help being biracial"? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that was in the range, yeah.
yeah. I know Ashley said the comment about Candace's dry hair, right?
Hmm.
But I think Ashley's hair is dry too.
Yeah.
Like my hair is dry. I have like 5 different curl patterns in my head. It's just child, I don't know. I just thought that part was just dumb. But the next part where Wendy brings up the question, do you think colorism exists on this cast? And Ashley's comment, I was just thinking from my perspective, colorism is everywhere.
Pretty much.
Can't get away from it. And I know you say because she's in it that she doesn't think that it exists on the cast. But to me, that was a bold-faced lie because I could be in it and I could still admit that it's there.
Right, but
I would
she
just have
didn't.
to own up to my own
Right,
part in it.
but she didn't want. But she didn't want to put a target on her back. That's just my opinion. She wasn't
Or
trying
maybe I already
to
have the target there.
because she because you don't because when people the problem is people will take colorism as racism and to label someone either or is very dangerous in the current climate. So she's not trying to
Mm,
do that to her coworkers and her friends. And let's talk. Can
okay.
we talk about Robin? Like, oh, Robin.
Robin was trying to
I
get in no matter what, and
nope.
she just
I felt so
became.
bad. I felt so bad
But
for her.
I think we should reassign Robin. I don't want to make her a friend of the show. I want her to help the person who is doing the replay on the Jumbotron. She's the reference manual, and she say, you go back to season 3, episode 14, where she said, da, 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 and then he run the clip, and she just
Yeah,
not be on screen.
I felt like she got nothing, nothing, and
And
she was doing her damnedest to get in. Like, I'm gonna say something.
but
I got this. I gotta say something.
it seems like they're saving her for episode 4, no 3, where Andy asks her or does her clip or whatever, and I want to see how short it is because she basically has building the house and having an imaginary baby with Juan,
Hmm. And
and
no
that's it.
wedding, and no wedding date.
If there's no wedding date, then it can't be part of a storyline.
True.
It can't. If there's no wedding date, it can't be part of a storyline. So yeah, I can't wait to see her packet, like, yeah, it's the package, right? The Robin package. I can't wait to
Right.
see it.
I mean, a scholar got more screen time on this reunion than Robin so far.
Cause she had really good reactions. The eye rolls were epic. I love Escala's eye rolls, and the hairdo really accentuated the eye roll because the face was all there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I did not like that hairdo at first. um, what are we talking about? This is where Candace says she was holding on to the grudge that she can't forgive Ashley for being friends with Monique and writing the statement. But then
Hmm.
somebody else said, Karen is friends with Monique, but you don't hold that same level of grudge. And they're like, well, she didn't write a statement like how Ashley did. But you're still friends with her. Like, you can't control who people are friends with.
Nope.
Candace, get yourself together, honestly. And Candace admits she doesn't know if she can move forward. Figure it out. Like, do you want to stay on the show and get a paycheck? Or is this are you leaving for greener pastures? Figure out what you want to do. If you can't get over this, I don't see how you could be successful in this particular show if Ashley is still there.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the Wendy package, Zenwin. And she says that Eddie gave her that name.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So they asked her what all she got done. And she said that since she breastfed all 3 of her children for a year each, she needed to get a lift and then they did a breast implant, and then they took fat from her tummy and injected it into her butt in a, what is it, a BBL or
Mhm.
BLL, whatever.
BBL.
Yeah. So she got that. And then she said that do your research, find a really good doctor, research them well, do the research on the techniques that you want done, the procedures that you want done to you. Just don't go to any and everybody for
Mhm.
this, which I thought was very nice of her to say. Um, and then we move on to what the Green Eyed Bandits were saying about her all season. Where did she get the surgeries to try and save her marriage? Or no, did she get the surgeries because of the rumors that she was
Right.
hearing? And they played that beautiful bean footage of Giselle saying that she's trying to overcompensate to save the marriage. And Wendy was like, "There you go. I'm so glad you played that. That's what I've been trying to say." And then with Robin saying that she was loose, and Giselle saying that she had no, what was it, no character,
Substance. No substance.
substance. Like that was a lot. That was a lot. And had they been truly concerned, they would have just come to her one on
Exactly.
one without spreading the gossip. Giselle's like, "No, I didn't spread any gossip." She's like, "Yeah, you went from one person to the next talking about it. That's spreading it. Even if you preface it by saying that you don't believe it, then why are you spreading it?" And
Exactly.
Wendy actually also took issue. She says one thing with the blogger saying it, with thousands of people seeing it, but then you bring it to this platform where millions of people are now feeding into that. That's not going to sit well with her.
No.
And they didn't have anything to say. Well, except Robin. Robin was saying, "I didn't mean loose like that. I meant it as relaxed." That's not how it came across.
No. Not even close.
That's not how it came across. But okay, Robin. Um, they asked Wendy if she rehearses her reads, and she says if she can take down a White House press secretary on the CNN, she doesn't need to rehearse for these ladies, but I think she does
She does.
because she's a teacher and she's all about preparing. And we've seen her rehearsing for her commentary on these news shows. So yeah, I think she does rehearse, but I think she's very quick-witted as well. And I think once, like, that whole thing that she did with Giselle, I don't think any of that was rehearsed. I think you hit her in a really sore spot, and all of that came out.
Yep. Whole face just hit the floor. I'm like, oh, well.
you know, um, let's see. Then they talk about the candles. Andy said that Wendy went to Karen to get some advice regarding her candle home goods line, and that he felt it was a little shady that Karen didn't say anything about her upcoming candle launch or whatever, and that the 3 wick versus 1 wick differential, all of it was just kind of shady. But then they roll footage that years ago she said she was eventually going to launch candles and a home
Mhm.
line. Child.
That was funny.
Mm-mm-mm. Um. So yeah, she actually said that 4 years ago, and Giselle was there.
Right, and but and then Annie brought up like calling Wendy. You call Wendy the one wick wonder, and Karen's like, yeah, I stand by that. And if I were like, with Wendy, Go copyright that, trademark that, and come up with a candle called the One Wick Wonder.
Yeah.
Make some money off that because that was
And make
good.
it smell almost like La Dame.
Right.
But Wendy announces that she is coming out with a 5 and 7 wick candle to help you burn down your house even faster than before.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, ain't that a little bit
That's the
overkill?
whole fireplace. What are you talking about?
I was like,
Oh my
no.
God. Oh Lord. Hey Tracy, thanks for being part of Replay Crew. Oh, good luck on your job interview. Oh my God. I'm sending you good vibe, good jujus. Oh, I hope you get it, honey. You will, you will. You're gonna get it. Come back and let us know when they hire you. Um, then I guess there was a break because Robin's like, we took a commercial break and then they were on a break and Robin talking about how she want to shit and Andy's asking her, are you normally a morning person or afternoon person? She goes, no, I shit twice at 9 and at 11. And like, why are we talking about Robin shitting? This is the highlight of her package. I bet you anything.
Yeah,
Robin
that's really
stooling
sad.
twice in the morning. And if you can get up at 9 and 11 to shit, how do you go back to sleep? How do you not take a bath? Like, what is going on? I don't believe that. I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
poor Robin. This is gonna be the highlight. Like you said, this is gonna probably be the highlight of her. This is gonna be her highlight of the reunion. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm. Um, so let's see. Wendy asked why they would bring that rumor to the show. Wendy says that, oh yeah, and so yeah, they kind of repeat that part, like, you know, when Giselle saying that she had the plastic surgery to keep her husband. Um, No, Wendy says that with Giselle saying, inferring that by having the plastic surgery was a way to keep her husband, she says that's rooted in misogyny. And then Wendy says, Giselle had a tummy tuck. And did she keep Jamal? I was like, wait, what?
Right? I was like, wait a minute, whoa, back up. When did this happen?
Was that in the binder?
Right.
Okay, how does she know that Giselle had, like, I can't even get this out. I was laughing and I know I shouldn't be laughing, but good point, Wendy. Good point.
It was a good
I don't know
point.
how you found out about that,
Oops, sorry.
but good point. I find that do you think that Giselle attacks people on things um that she's personally experienced
Mhm.
and then tries to tear them down in the hopes that like things follow the same path that she's walked in her life? Like,
I can see
if
that.
she be happy, nobody could be happy. It's
I can
just
see
so
that.
weird. Giselle. Mm-mm-mm. Did anything else happen after that?
Nope. It was a good overall episode. I wasn't mad at it at all.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Well, we know next week is Nicki Minaj. That'll be interesting.
Next week is Nicki Minaj. Why
That's the
aren't
way
they
that
saving her till the end?
that's the way they played it because you can't have a guest host wrap up the reunion.
But there's no guarantee I'm gonna come back after Nicki.
Right.
But I wouldn't let her wrap it up. Like, she could have the full hour to herself, but at the end, everybody come back on, including Andy, to finish it up. Like, they're making Nikki next week. Oh,
That's the way it looks.
okay. Well, it should be interesting to see how far off the rails Nikki will take it. Um, Any any other comments? Did we miss anything?
No, I think we're good. Let's see. Let's see. Seems to see. That's why I'm not sure about Wendy. Is it great shade or is it mean? In this case, it's a bit of both because she's not outright attacking Giselle with like being derogatory. She's just pointing out that you're saying this is what I'm doing when you've done the same thing. So basically, in this instance, she's shadily calling out Giselle's hypocrisy.
Mm, true.
So that's what that's pretty much what it is. What Candace does, Candace immediately goes for the low blow out of nowhere. That's why they get on her about it because her reactions are not proportionate to the situation. Where in this case, Wendy's reaction was very well measured and in proportion to what Giselle said.
Yeah, because they were talking about Wendy's surgery.
And why she got it,
Mm-hmm.
and she just turned it back on Giselle. Well, you got some stuff done, but did you keep your man? It's on point and it's
Mm-hmm.
fair. Like you and Candace will be arguing, like Candace and somebody will be arguing over salad dressing, and then Candace will come up your mama. Like, how did we go from salad dressing to your mama?
Are saying it's a bad plan, although she's following the same plan.
No, I get that. That's a fair point too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm still trying with Candace. I really am.
Because you can see that she can do better, but she just chooses not to.
I think I'm just disappointed that she hasn't like turned the rudder on her ship, like tried to right the course. It, when she's ready, but by the time she's ready, I probably won't be there.
Right.
Just saying, I probably won't be there. But two fairly decent episodes so far for their reunion.
Mhm. Not mad.
Let's see how they'll mess this up.
Exactly.
It's Bravo. Or saying no. Okay, Andy needs to leave that shot ski right where it is on Watch What Happens Live. Um, Wendy's body does look amazing. It does. It does. Work well done.
She deserves it. Like
Mm-hmm.
pushing out 3 kids, please.
Mm-hmm.
And breastfeeding all of them for over a year. No.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Y'all all got brandy and milk in the bottle, and you've been happy with that. Just saying. Mm-mm.
Did you look at Salt Lake City at all?
Oh, I watched the whole thing. What are you talking about?
Oh, did you like? Did you like?
I laughed through the whole thing.
The
I just like,
timeline throughout the day was amazing.
but like, I was in my chat. I was letting y'all know how I felt. I was like, but yeah, I'm like, well, what is Whitney like? It's interesting that Whitney knows that like about this stuff, money laundering. She's all, I'm like, no, it's not because her husband is the CEO of an MLM. What are you talking about? She's scammer adjacent. What are you? What's
Mm-hmm.
wrong with you? Of course she knows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
And Meredith.
Meredith just became my favorite. She's interesting
Meredith.
now.
The chuckle. The chuckle.
But when she said, I'm not surprised, I'm like, oh,
And then the video footage of somebody stealing something from her store. I know we're
that
getting into this, but
that was an accident. That wasn't an accident.
wow. Wow.
And I think I know who the person was too.
You do?
Yes, because okay, here's the clue. So here's what it was. She said like she's upset with Jen because like this is the first thing. She said she's upset because Jen kept this person on as an employee. Even though they took something from her store.
Huh?
And then she said he brought it back, and you could see it was. She said he would bring it back. So you could see a guy bring back the bag and the clutch, right? And then you compare body types. I think, in my opinion, it's assistant number two.
The one that drove her to the trip? The
The
one
one
that was
who's a,
helping her pack?
yes,
Murillo?
Murillo. Based on body
Wow.
type and hair, from what we
Hmm.
could see, I may be him because she said she kept this person employed, and then when she said
Mhm.
he, I'm like, okay, it will be interesting. It will be weird if y'all are bringing some random person who doesn't work for her, but they work for her still. And based on frame and body type, I think it might be. Can't everything's blurred out, but if you match it up, it's like it could be.
Mhm. Child, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. And the bubble bath was epic. That was the longest bubble bath ever in mankind.
And that was Heather's room. I was just breaking it in for you. And the previews for next week Salt Lake City, man. When I was it Lisa who said he mortgaged his house and gave Mary $300,000? Like, excuse you? That took me out.
Child. But Mary does a little bit of a flip in last night's episode. Interesting.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna have to watch that again today if I have time. Ugh. It was a good episode. So join us here tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern and 9 a.m. Pacific. We're gonna go over Salt Lake City. That was a good kiki. Any final thoughts, Jamal?
No, we're good.
Oh my goodness. So until next time,
Of course.
bye.
Bye.